Hi, welcome to Magoos Corner. I'm your host Trevor Gregg. I'm on my own this week as Hugh Johnson Schroeder has the man flu, and he's got his hair up in curlers tonight. So hope you're on the mend, mate. So let's have a look at Division 6 reserves for this week. One ridiculous blowout result, and quite a few of the games were pretty close. So let's have a look at where we stand at the moment after 7 rounds. So West Croydon on top, 7 wins, no losses, going extremely well. Woody South on 6-1. Brahma Lodge in 3rd position at the moment on 5-2 with a pretty good percentage. Trinity, Ingle Farm, Adelaide Lutheran, and Mitchell Park on 4-3 apiece. Quite close when it comes to percentages. Houghton Districts on 1-6 at the moment, and the 2 teams on no wins, and that's Mawson Lakes and Fitzroy, and it's pretty one-sided, so they've had a hard run to the start of the year. So speaking of Fitzroy, we'll go make that our first game that we'll have a look at this week, and they hosted West Croydon at Fitzroy Sports Oval, or the Mound as I like to call it. 1-4-10 to West Croydon, 30 goals 11, 191. So 181 point win to West Croydon. Sula with 9, so that's a fair effort. Campbell with 8, Towns with 4. The best players for West Croydon were Sula, Wilcox and Persh. And for Fitzroy, Mutunda was the only goal scorer. Smart, Mutunda and Dixon were the better players. So looking at what's happening next week, Fitzroy, are going to still be in a little bit of pain. Moving on to the next game, Houghton Districts hosted Mawson Lakes at Houghton Memorial Oval. 6-4-40 Houghton to a very close game, 5-9-39 Mawson Lakes. In the first quarter, relatively equal. Same again in the second. Houghton Districts kicking away by a couple, and Mawson Lakes inaccurate in front of goal, kicking 3 goals 8 by the end of the third quarter, and in the end Houghton just getting over the line. So the goal scorers were Starr, the only goal scorer for Houghton, with 6. Not sure if Mawsons were able to curb him. Mentha, Starr and Matthews were the better players, and for the Adam Mosquito Lake, Schwenke, Reschke and Pearce were the goal scorers. Turner, Milliken and McCord was the best player. Next game, Mitchell Park hosted Woody South at Mitchell Park Oval. 4-10-34 Mitchell Parks to Woody South's 14-9-93, a little bit more accurate, so a nice win there to Woody South. The big whack, Moroney and Ransley were the goal scorers, along with Wilson, and Gates, Ransley and Battersby were the best players. Woody South O'Regan with 4, Jake Ashby, which is good to see. Still think he's better than Division 6 reserves. He kicked 3, Ward with a couple, and the best players were Ridgway, Murdoch, Ward, Ashby and Coppola. Nice to see Ashby getting out and playing some footy again, so hope you're back on the mend, pal. Next game, Ingle Farm hosted Brahma Lodge at Royal Park. Ingle Farm getting the win, 9-8-62 to 4-16-40. And looking at where things sit at the moment, Ingle Farm sitting nicely in 5th position, so that's a nice result. Williams with 2, Wood with a couple, and Sandry, and the best players were Sampson, Dye and Taverner for Ingle Farm, and Brahma Lodge, Lehman, Jay Cook. Jay Cook kicked 2, or there's 2 Jay Cooks out there, and best players were Frawley, Kilsby and Scanlon, so that's a nice result there for the Bulldogs. And Trinity Old Scholars hosted Adelaide Lutheran at Trinity College out at Gawler. Nice drive for Adelaide Lutheran. Krieg with 7 to get the main scorer from 13-7-85 to Adelaide Lutheran's 8-7-55. As I said, Krieg with 7, Byrne with a couple, and same with Crocker and a host of others. Krieg, Cavallaro, Byrne, Boswood and Hill were the better players for the Tossers, and for Adelaide Lutheran, Clark with a couple, Matthews and Hockless, and the best players were Milligan, Sharkey, Nelson, Bentley and Matthews. So let's have a look at what's happening next week for round 8. Woody South at New Vision Oval will host Brahma Lodge. For me, Woody South are in too good a form at the moment, so I can't see that going too far, but Brahma just biting at their heels at the moment, purely because it's at home, and I think it's going to be good weather. Woody South for me, Ashby to kick a bag. West Croydon Trinity Old Scholars, well, you can't really say much more about West Croydon. They're doing everything right. Their C-grade are doing okay at the moment. Out at Fork Reserve, too much of a hassle for Trinity. West Croydon by plenty. Houghton Districts and Ingle Farm. I'm purely going to go by ladder and the past 2 rounds and say that Ingle Farm will get it done there. Mawson Lakes and Fitzroy, the bottom 2. I think being at Mawson Lakes Oval and coming off a bad loss that Fitzroy had last week, I think that'll still be hurting. But in saying that, Mawson Lakes at home and Adelaide Lutheran in the South Parklands against Mitchell Park, our favourite place to watch and play football. I'm going to say I can't really go past Adelaide Lutheran at home, but I won't be surprised if Mitchell Park just get over the top just. But for me, Adelaide Lutheran. Once again, make sure you have a chat to your club about getting the producer and the team out to call the games live at your club. You have interviews with senior players, with your sponsors as well. It's something different for them. And make sure you subscribe to the SA Footballer magazine, and we'll catch you again next week.